Mate, obviously a nice start for the season, but also yourself in your time as Launceston coach.
Yeah, it's obviously a positive start. You sort of go into round one unexpected of what's going to happen. For us, we come in win, lose or draw, just wanting to tick the boxes that that we'd set out and planned for. We did that today, and luckily enough, the results come with that. So, regardless of getting the win, I'm really happy with the boys and the way they contributed and the way they stuck to what we needed to do.
What's the most impressive factor to you from the outside looking in? I think forward of centre, you look very impressive. Very versatile, very mobile in that forward line. What about from your take on it?
Yeah, I think it was a really even contribution. We had probably 4 or 5 guys and that really stepped up today. We had young Simon Vanderveld, who's played only a dozen games of footy, really stamp his step as a key position down back. One of our debutants, Alex Wright, coming for his first game, and he really found himself in some good positions. And then you mix that with the likes of Sonny Whiting, Geordie Harris, and guys like that. It's some good diversity across the whole ground, and yeah, I think that forward line may cause a bit of trouble at times, and they'll only get better the more they work together.
You mentioned during the week wanting to do a pretty good record here at Devonport Oval. Obviously, you've ticked that box. What's the next step then for you guys?
Yeah, we sort of step back from the wins and really go into what we want to do again. I know I've mentioned it, but it's a long season, 18 rounds, and no one remembers what happened round 1 by about round 10. So for us, we'll move forward and we'll just focus on the next week block, and we'll go out next week against Burnie and tick, hopefully come off ticking those ground. And if that ends in a win, then great. If not, we'll just try and fine tune it for the point end of the season and see where we end up.
What other elements out there really impressed you from your side?
Yeah, we were obviously blessed having 3 guys from the Mariners come in, so that was a late call. He had the likes of Chase Jones into our group, and he adds another dimension of speed and width, and he carries the ball and delivers really well into the forward line. So that was a nice surprise. And then you look at guys in the midfield, Sam Rundle, Jay Blackberry. That mix now really adds, who are they going to play on? So if one gets off the chain, then that then may free someone else up the next week. And again, we look at the mix and the diversity of the playing group, and you've got Sam Rundle, Jay Blackberry, myself. You've got Brody Powerman, a really conditioned animal in terms of the way he runs. So it's just a really good mix across the ground.
And a nice confidence boost, obviously, to come hit the road, start the season like this, and obviously a young group.
Yes,
building block.
certainly. We've got a massive young group, similar to, obviously we played an older group today, but we've got a number of guys in the wings that I thought best to give our older guys a really good opportunity to change and adapt, and they did that today. And we've probably got 5 or 6 guys that were unlucky to miss out today, and I'm sure we'll see those guys over the next couple of weeks and build on that as well. So.
What about yourself? First game back, how was it for you after a year out of the game?
Yeah, it was certainly nervous to start with, and more so when you have 15 months out of any sport, you worry about your body, but that got through really well today. I didn't overdo it. I probably played about 75% game time, which was what I was aiming to do. I'll build on that now over the next few weeks, and hopefully the football grows and I become a better player across the course of the year.
At what point did you physically start to realise you're back? You're playing a game of footy.
It was interesting. I got caught on the bench probably late in the second quarter, which gave me probably a spell that I wasn't planning for. I reckon I probably sat maybe 6 minutes on the bench, and then we went out to the second quarter, and the coaches got a little bit of a rocket at quarter time because they didn't readjust the team to the starting lineup. So I finished off the ground. And then I went out for the second quarter and I was still back off the ground. So I got a couple of lucky breaks there from a fitness point of view and looked after me. So, yeah, not the worst result in the world. And, and I'll improve as the year goes on with that. So.
And just finally on that, your own game personally out there, you happy with your own output?
Yeah, I think across the 4 quarters I built into it, and the more belief I had in my body, I sort of then stepped up and went after a few more things. And I've come off really well. I think I've got a little bit of a finger that's probably just a knock, and it'll be right by Monday, Tuesday. But from a soft tissue point of view, from groins, glutes, all that type of stuff, I feel really good and really confident. So I'm sure I'll pull up sore in 2 days' time, though.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
No.
Start with the obvious, mate. You're obviously standing in for Mitch Thorpe right now. What's he done to himself?
Oh, look, we're not sure at the moment, Alex. He's heading off to hospital at the moment. Unfortunately, a little bit of blood coming out of the areas you don't want them to. So, look, he's in good spirits, but he'll head off to the hospital and have the scans and hopefully we get a positive result. But he really is. He's around the boys. A tough day for him personally, but really buoyed by the efforts he saw on the field. So, yeah.
What was his messages then to the group after the game, and also obviously you as a coaching panel as a whole? Because it was a tough one out there.
Yeah, look, absolutely. Heads up. I mean, this is a young group. Everyone knows that, and really, really proud. I mean, look, Mitch is a really, really passionate man, and most people would have heard him from the bench, even suffering as he was today. But look, he's just willing them to keep their heads up. Go again. Look, it's round 1. They'll learn from it. Key messages, I guess, is concentration. And they know that just those small lapses and let Lonnie off the leash, and when they run and use the ball, it's really hard to stop.
So what led it to fall down today then?
Yeah, well, when you talk about falling down, I think really we ticked a lot of the areas that we wanted to. Absolutely. I mean, pressure, our tackling pressure in the first quarter was fantastic. I just think we were awarded 4 or 5 holding the ball decisions. And so, as I said, if you want to pin me for what fell down, I guess it's that concentration. The boys know the structures. That they've been working really hard on them since November, and they're really, really clear. And as young men, you can ask them, they know what to do. But as young men do, sometimes they just get a little bit lost. It could be ball watching, it could be over eagerness to get to the contest and just trust that your mate's going to be there. And as I said, once you let Launceston off the chain, they'll use the ball and hurt you, especially when they get out the back.
Still positive signs out there. I thought Dylan Riley was great at times. Brady Connolly looked the part at this level. Who else impressed the coaching staff?
Oh, look, in fact, 3 youngsters. Dylan Schnorr, a lot of pace and played down back for the first time. He's been up forward, all through the pre-season. So Schnorr was absolutely fantastic. His tenacity to sort of defend and then run with the ball. Braden Scott, sort of plays all over the place. He was on the wing 1 minute, he was deep forward another minute. Look, his youthful exuberance and just sort of natural football, get ball and use the ball was fantastic. And Mitchell Perry, Coach Mitch couldn't have sung Mitch's praises more. And look, the boys in there after the game down on himself about where he could improve. He's just had an absolute blinder as a 17-year-old in his TSL statewide debut. So those 3 youngsters, Dylan Riley and the leaders were great, and I thought Braden Butler was really good, having to play multiple roles, down back, throwing forward into the midfield. So look, overall, really pleased with the entire group.
How do you bounce back from this?
Oh, look, There's no reinventing the wheel. It's certainly just reminding the boys again that we know what we need to do. We just need to sustain that concentration for longer. Look, Glenorchy next week, no bigger test than that, and particularly away from home. So, look, I'm sure Mitch, if he was standing here, would be saying, "Well, look, let's test ourselves against the best. You know, let's see where we're at. This is a long haul. This isn't click your fingers and we've got it all together." And that was the message to the boys: hang in. Believe in what we're doing and learn from these great players.
Not that there's a good time to get Glenorchy, but do you reckon this might be a good learning experience?
Oh, absolutely, a great learning experience. And as I said, without repeating myself, Mitch would be saying that okay, let's go down. Let's watch how the best do it. Don't be overawed. Believe in what we need to do, but at the same time, they'll take you to the ball on occasions. We'll learn what that's all about. So, yeah, look, I mean, getting Glenorchy away is going to be a challenge, whether it's round 2 or whether it's round 10, but we'll be up for it. The boys will review this game really thoroughly. They'll prepare really well, and we'll hold ourselves in the best, putting the best foot forward.